I wanted to ask about Euro relief. So you went to Egypt to send aid to Palestine. Tell us about the experience. What was that like?
So yeah, this was in the second half of Ramadan. My dad and I went originally. Actually, initially it was my dad and I. We went to Cairo, and what we did was we checked out the warehouses and all the the different kind of met different people like the Palestinian Embassy, Red Crescent Society, and whatnot. My brother joined us, a few days after as well, and that was a lot of fun. So we spent Ramadan with family as well. That was nice. So we saw loads of injured patients from Gaza. We saw loads of families that were displaced, people, children, even orphans, kind of, just living in Cairo right now with essentially, a lot of them nowhere to go. Um, and so it was a privilege and an honor and whatever it is that I can say to describe a full, wholesome, fulfilling experience, to go and actually, support them and stand with them and capture their stories, and get their perspective. Even like from my side of things, I did a lot of interviews, I asked a lot. So, for example, Muhammad, he was an amputee, and I got an interview with him that I'm, working on, etc., and a family as well that spoke about their experience when, the father of the family was um, supposed to be in I think it was Al Shifa Hospital, and what happened was, they obviously had no connection and whatnot. They didn't know where their dad was for a number of days or weeks or something along those lines. But thankfully, they both they all managed to escape, if that's the word. But yeah, it was an experience that kind of, affirmed to me that was my calling, I guess. Like that I actually want to do this. Part of me growing up was like, you, you ask like, why was I born this way, and whatnot. Like, why do I have to deal with this? And because there aren't many other, people that I guess are in the same position, you feel a certain responsibility, and that can carry a lot of weight. That responsibility, you feel like you have to do something, and almost like you're forced to do something. But that trip for me was like, no, I want to do something. I have to do something. I need to do something. I remember speaking to this kid when when you have your cameras out and stuff, like you have always the kids, they come up and like, can I take a picture? Can I take? And there was this little kid, man, sweetest smile, man. He's just standing, but like, bro, as I was talking to him, I was like, oh yeah, like, what is that? Where's your mom? Oh man, bro. Fuck. Bro, I don't know what to say, man. Like I was saying, I asked him like, where's your mom? And like it's just, yeah, she's gone, and it's always like that. It's always like that. Every conversation.
We can cut it, bro.
Nah, bro. No
Do
way.
you want some time?
I'm not cutting this shit, bro. I'm not cutting this.
No, not out of the podcast. Like, do you want a break?
Nah, bro. Nah, nah. Like this is the reality. I mean, like at the end of the day, bro, like you really think like we're just pictures, images, like videos on a screen. You don't think these are people we actually love and care for. Or you're telling me this kid, 6, 7 years old, gonna grow up with no mom for the rest of his life, and you think that's fine, and you think we won't say anything. That's so dumb. Oh my god, like this guy, bro. These guys, man. I swear to God, it's crazy just to even think or like just imagine the situation like that the Palestinians are in right now, that I'm in. I mean, I'm not even. I'm the lucky one, I guess. Having lost 60. But no, no, there are people there who are living in tents. I remember my uncle's homes, beautiful places, well taken care of, clean, and they'd always invite us, even though they didn't have much, like, kind of in terms of meat or whatever. They'd always give us the chicken and whatever they يعني بيكرموا عندهم ضيافة basically. يعني in a sense, it's like they really take care of you. I mean, they welcome you, whatever. Like, you know, there's so much love, and now they live in tents, and now they have to walk for water, and now like 100 share a bathroom, and you know, it's no education, opportunities, all of these things. It's like every day what they do is they, you know, they're left to post on Facebook, and so every time I open, I guess my experience of it, me being, is just reading constantly my uncles talking about their kids that they've lost, always putting their pictures. So like one of my uncles on Eid, like put a picture of him and his son from like a year ago. I'll read it to you guys. It was a picture of him and his son, who's now unfortunately gone. And yeah, let's find this. Give me one sec. Where is this? I put it. I literally screenshot it. Yeah. Sorry, man. This is like awful for attention, isn't it? Everyone's gonna click off as I'm looking. Sorry. What is it? Oh, I put it on my LinkedIn. Let me just.
I'll just add, this is why it's so infuriating when you have these narratives in the West where everything's just a numbers game. It's like, oh, it's 20,000, no, it's 25,000, no, it's 30,000, now it's 40,000. It doesn't matter how many tens of thousands or specifically how many to the exact digit people have died. It's like they truly do not see these people as human beings. It is literally just a number. It's so crazy to me.
And if it's like, let's say it's not 37,000, if it's 30,000, let's say, right? Or let's say it's 20,000. Let's say for their sake. Well, where do you draw the line to just think that, this is actually getting out of hand?
It's
until they're all wiped out and dead. Like, where do we draw the line? And this is why the media needs to do more storytelling rather than basically making people into statistic. Because that's why people are just, they can't connect. You know, when they don't hear the stories of, it's a little kid who's lost his mother, how is he going to live his life? People don't get to think and contemplate this question. That they don't have to, and they also, the media doesn't even encourage them to. That imagine you're a kid without parents, but by the way, you literally saw them die. So now for the rest of your life, not only do you have PTSD, but you want to take revenge. What are you gonna probably do with that energy, that hate you carry? Become radicalized. But I had
So imagine people telling you as well on top of that, like, hey, hold out, be patient and stuff. You know, as they're munching their food, being like, drinking their water, being like, oh, it's fine, you can deal with it. Be strong, be resilient.
You see, as this is disrespect. Like when my sister almost died, right, when she got shot. For years, man, for the next 2 years, I wanted to do the most horrible things to the Taliban, like the amount of images I was creating in my head, and the types of images where I'm cutting them, stitching them back up, cutting them again and again and again, and just wanting to like do horrible things like tenfold, right? I mean, I was lucky. Then people tell you, oh, revenge is not the answer and all that stuff, but they don't have great mentors like my dad. They don't have a dad. They don't have a father. They don't have a mother. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's really fucked up, man, because for 2 years I was just literally eating myself up by having these vengeful things, and I got lucky. I was the lucky one. My sister survived. Bro, 37,000, man. And they're kind of like families, bro. Imagine losing a whole family. Everyone. And they're missing limbs, heads. Kids are missing heads. Like, I can't,
a
man.
5-year-old left in this world just on his own with no one. Like, at that age, what are you supposed to do?
Bro, it's good, man. Honestly.
It is genuinely so infuriating when they get so caught up over the numbers. Like, it's not a genocide because there's not 100,000 or 500. It's so stupid. Our minds cannot even comprehend more than 100 people dying at a time. So why are you pretending that, because it's not over a certain threshold, that it's okay. It's not okay. Every life is valuable, and it's not even like all that matters to them now is the people that are dead. As long if you're not dead, your life is just it doesn't matter. If your life has been destroyed, you've lost all your family members, but you're alive. It's okay because you're not adding to that threshold to where it would be a genocide. Like, it's so crazy. People have lost everything, but they're not part of that 37,000, so it doesn't matter. Like, do you know what I mean? It's all that matters is the number of people who have died, but there's countless people who've lost their families, who've lost limbs, who have basically they feel like they have nothing to live for, and we're supposed to just accept that. Okay, it's what they did with our part of the world as well. Like, as they were leaving Afghanistan, they dropped the mother of all bombs, the biggest bomb ever, just for fun, for literally no reason. So many people died, like, we don't even know how many people died, and they just did it basically for a laugh.
Remember those people holding on to that plane?
Yeah,
took off.
trying to leave.
Yeah.
But
They were just falling from it, man.
So mad, because that's exactly how I saw my own, like, kind of contribution, whatever, with the Labour Party and whatnot. I was like, they took their dogs with them. And I'll be the one clinging on the plane. Hey, please let me in. Hey, let me on board.
And the people who helped them, the translators and stuff, now they're shipping them off to Rwanda. When they've come here to seek help from the people that they helped, they're shipping them off to Rwanda.
A world, like, I guess, where, you know, I mean, it just seems to just be the case. And unfortunately, it is big eat small. And we're the small ones. So, yeah.
What would you say to that kid, man?
Oh, man. Of course, bro. I looked him in his eyes. I gave him a hug. I told him, it's fine. I'm really sorry to hear it and whatnot, you know. But obviously, like, you know, there wasn't really much to say. And even now, there's not really much to say when it comes to what's happened. You know, so many people have lost so much. They've felt so much that they almost feel kind of drained by all the emotion. And it's almost like that's what they kind of want from us. They want us to expend all of our, you know, energy so that we have nothing left when they actually make a move. But right now, I mean, yeah, like what I told the kids. It's him. It's every conversation, man. It's every time, bro.
What did you learn from that?
How to love, how to have faith, how to have iman, how to have peace, how to genuinely like what actually matters in life, you know. I think that's what I learned. Because no matter like the money, no matter the whatever, the status, no matter the car, like, do you know how many people feel empty inside, like here in the UK? Like, genuinely. Do you think they feel empty there? Of course they do now with what's happening, but I mean during normal times. Of course people still want more and whatnot, but do you think they feel that same emptiness that we feel when we're here? Or the people even here, rotting?
I don't think they even get opportunity to contemplate, you know, existential questions, and they're probably thinking about their next meal.
I mean, obviously you have time to always think, you know, when you're going to bed, when you're sleeping, when you can't, while the drone is on, you're always thinking about your existence. So my cousin actually sent me, you know, a diary entry that he wrote. It was quite long. It was about kind of depression and what it means and how it affects and whatnot. And like, there's a lot of time to contemplate because you're not working, you're not studying, etc. So more time, like, you're literally just, you know, you're either eating or you're sleeping or you're running away from something, I guess. Like, but no, they have literally like this thing you just can't take away from them, which is that iman and the strength of it. It's like this. It's so like that's the only way I can describe it. It's that feeling complete almost within yourself. Obviously knowing that there are challenges or whatever, but in yourself at least, like going to sleep, feeling calm, all of these things. That's something that I learned from the people I've met, you know, in my trip to Cairo, when I was in Gaza, all over, you know, it's that thing. And so I think that's only really possible when you kind of submit your will to the will of God, and yeah, and kind of, you know, ignore the whispers of the shaitan. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us again. It's always a very moving conversation.
I can't believe we're finishing like down.
Yeah.
It went by quick.
Yeah.
And thank you for opening up about, you know, your experience at the Labour Party. Like that, it takes a lot of courage to, you know, share such a, what you would, you know, I mean, you probably, I don't, I assume that the amount of guilt that you must have like gone through, and the fact that you want to share that to publicly in order to inspire people to not make the same mistake as you, that takes courage. So I really appreciate you bringing that authenticity and telling us about other moving stories.